WDWL TV Multiplex, live from Studio G. We proudly present the pride of the station, The Two Grumpies, starring the grumpy old man. Come on, get in the grumpy old man gear. That would be me, and the grumpy vulture. Come up and take your bow. Very nice, very nice. And I see you're nice and fluffy still. Yeah, keep using that cream rinse. All right, back in your corner. Back in your corner. Look at the camera. There you go. Greetings, friends. Oh, it's a wonderful day at the WDWL TV Multiplex. We are now running on 1 gig internet speed. Yes, we finally got the equipment. As a matter of fact, we got it an hour and a half earlier than projected delivery. I think FedEx realized they fucked up. But it's here, it's installed, it's up and running. Oh, it's nice to do a speed test and see 998, 1001. Oh, yeah. Although, never fails, anything to do with grumpy, something's gonna screw up. So, I get the new modem hooked up, and I get the new Wi-Fi unit hooked up, okay? And what was nice is they gave me all brand new Cat 8 cables. So everything's all hooked up. I turn everything on, modem fires up, 2 blue lights. Hey! Then my Wi-Fi tower fires up. Rapid flashing blue light. Then it goes to a slow flashing blue light. And then it goes to a red flashing light. Ah! So I said, okay, don't panic. Don't panic. I unplugged both units. Plugged them back in. Waited till they booted up. Modem boots up, 2 blue lights. Wi-Fi boots up. Rapid flashing blue light. So far, so good. Slow flashing light blue light. So far, so good. Then, nice bright red. So, I call tech support. I get, hello, thank you for calling, your internet provider, Carlos speaking. How was your day? I says, well, my day was going real well, Carlos. My equipment arrived extra early. I have it all hooked up. It's not working. He says, what seems to be the problem? So I told him, well, everything I did. He says, okay, let me pull up your account. He pulls up my account, and he says, oh, I can make a simple adjustment. I'm thinking, oh, man, now I got to have a service tech. Next thing I know, all the lights go out on both units. I was like, uh-oh. Then the modem boots up. And then the Wi-Fi unit starts to boot up. And it goes red. I said, oh no. He goes, hang on. I hear him typing on a keyboard. Next thing I know, bingo! Wi-Fi unit turns nice bright blue, steady blue light. Yay! I said, what did you do? He said, well, I had to pair your modem with your Wi-Fi unit. Sometimes they don't pair up automatically. I wasn't aware of this. I know I have to pair, my computer, my laptops. I didn't know. That was something they had to do. Then he goes, are you online yet on your computer? I said, well, let me check. I said, yeah. Now my computer is plugged directly into the modem. No problem there. He said, who are you using for speed test? I said, this site called Ookla. He goes, wonderful. That's the site we use. Run a speed test for me. So I run a speed test. And I was like, uh-oh. He says, what's wrong? I says, I'm still coming up at 597. He said, oh, hang on. Next thing I know, off goes the modem. Modem comes back on, two blue lights. Wi-Fi unit boots up. Solid blue light. Whoa. He says, run a speed test again. So I run a speed test. 998.25 and upload 38.7. Now, I'm anything between 900 and 1040 is where I should be running. And maximum is 40 megs up. I like, wow. He said, run another speed test. I run another speed test. This one comes up, 999.01. Next thing you know, 40.2. He said, you're all set to go. I said, really? He says, do me a favor. Restart your computer. He said, okay. I restart the computer. He says, now, run another speed test. So I run another speed test. 999.25 and 41.1. Whoa! He said, you're right on the money. I was like, wow, thank you. I said, now I have to go through that pain in the ass of pairing all my equipment up with a new goddamn password and username. He said, no, you don't. I said, well, I was told you got to use everything that's on the modem. He says, no, hold on. I hear the keyboard going, clickety, click, 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 click. He goes, you're all set. I said, what do you mean I'm all set? I recoded everything to your old username and password. Everything, tablet right here. I was like, holy yatchapuck. It's on the internet. It's paired up. It's got the Wi-Fi is like, whoa. He says, see, I told you. I was like, wow. I says, now I know why I really like you guys. besides your sales staff being A1, your tech services, oh, unbelievable. He goes, you shouldn't have any problems. If you do, we'll handle them right away. Have a nice day. Oh, I've been having a nice day all day. Oh my God. Websites load like, as Tony would say, lightning. Oh, yes. 1 gig is wonderful. And Carlos told me by the end of the year, we'll be 2 gigs. I says, really? He says, yeah, we're working on it. It's in the beta phase right now. I was like, ooh, I'd like to test that. He goes, well, unfortunately, we have all our beta testers, but we will be testing for 6 months. If one happens to say, hey, I've had enough of this shit, I'll put you on the list. I was like, whoa! So Grumpy could be testing 2 gigs or not. It depends. If they're like me, I'm going to be here right to the dying end. As a matter of fact, tell you how long I've been with AOL. Before AOL was fully public, used to get them CDs. They were everywhere. They'd be at the end of the aisle in the grocery store. They'd be at the drugstore. They were stacks of CDs. Well, I grabbed one. And, I did the old install. And there was a little thing in the corner. Would you like to be a beta tester? I didn't know what a beta tester was, but I'll test some beta. I'll test anything. So they emailed me back, and they said, we're going to be running certain tests. We would like your opinion. Well, cool. About 4 months. It was everything. It was mail. It was websites. And all I had to do was give my honest opinion. And Grumpy is honest. There were a couple of things I just typed in. It sucks. They got my honest opinion. Well, for being a beta tester, I got a year free of AOL when it was 100% baked. I was like, cool. Then, for a while, people don't know this, Walmart was in the throes of starting their own email service. Believe it or not, Walmart.com. I did a beta test for about 6 months. My email was grumpyoldman@walmart.com. Well, Walmart decided, we don't want to have our own email, so they shit-canned it. But people don't realize it. Walmart at one time was going to have their own personalized email service, like Gmail, except it was Walmart, Wallmail.com. grumpyoldman@wallmail.com. I think it's still, if I look in my email names, I think it might still be in there. I don't think I ever deleted it, just for fun. I enjoyed doing the beta testing. I really did. Because all you had to do was answer questions. And I answered quite a few. that sucked. And needless to say, they don't have those certain parameters in their AOL anymore. So, and it was nice getting a year free of AOL. But I would love to be a 2 gig tester. I can't imagine what it would be like with websites. I mean, mine are loading like lightning now. They're going to load twice as fast? How can you go twice as fast as a lightning? What? Grumpy's happy. Except for that fuck up with FedEx. I missed the driver. I was supposed to sign for my equipment. He left it outside the side door, which is where he was supposed to leave it. But I've got like 3 or 4 emails from my internet provider that says, you must sign for this. I'm just happy that I got it. Because I really wanted to ask him if he knew what happened at the shipping end with their driver taking a 4-hour nap and missing the overnight air. I would love to find out what happened to that driver. A whole truckload of overnight air parcels, and he falls asleep for 4 hours in his truck and misses the flight. I wonder if he's still employed. That would suck, especially if, a lot of times you buy your route. Is his route up for sale today? Yeah, I couldn't believe that. He stopped at, they said, a fast food restaurant. I don't know what Chicago has. I mean, probably McDonald's, Burger King. I don't know if they got like Church's Chicken or Rallies, All I know is basically he stopped for food and took a little nappy for 4 hours. And then he missed the plane. I was not too happy. And I'm sure my internet provider wasn't too happy paying for overnight shipping. And it didn't get there because the driver took a nap for 4 hours. 4 hours is not a nap. Like with me, with my insomnia, 4 hours would be a whole night's sleep. I'd be lucky to get 4 hours. Yeah, he takes a 4-hour nap. I'm surprised nobody, bothered to knock on the truck. Like, hey, you all right in there? I guess people didn't care. If I was the manager of that fast food restaurant, I think I would have walked back and knocked on the truck and said, hey, buddy, you've been here for 4 hours. You waiting for dinner to start or what? Unbelievable. And I'm a tad disappointed because remember I told you my sales agent said my new modem will look like a wave. Don't look like no wave. It's just a little larger version of what I had before. And the blue light is on the top instead of the bottom. That's the only difference. It's a little bigger by about half an inch. And the blue light is at the very top, not at the bottom. It don't look like no wave to me. Same thing. The modem is identical to my old one. Well, except for the guts inside, it's the 1 gig modem, but identical. No difference. All the plugins are the same. I mean, I don't care. It's not like I'm displaying it, on the receptionist's desk. Hey. But yeah, the sales rep made it out to be like this is a space age looking equipment, Me, as long as it works. I don't care what the hell it looks like. As long as it works. I like looking down right now under the console, seeing 3 blue lights. That's what I want to see. 3 blue lights. 1, 2, and a large 3. Oh, that looks so nice. And the way the websites load, wow. There is a difference. Now, I told you I was running like 680. It's amazing what that extra 375 megs does to your websites when they load. As a matter of fact, I was running speed tests like every hour, going, I hope it don't drop. I hope it don't drop. Ookla probably at the end, looking at their analytics going, holy shit. This guy in Cleveland keeps running a speed test constantly. I didn't trust it. Once you get off with tech service, something always fucks up, and then you have to call back. So far, so good. And the best thing is, tech support changing the username and password to my original. Nothing changed. Everything paired automatically. Because I hate that shit with your remote, You bring up the alphabet, you beep out, okay, A, B, C, C, and I showed you the remote for my TV. It's the stupidest goddamn skinny ass thing. I would have pulled all the hair out of my beard if I had to redo everything with new username and password. But it's nice because the TV automatically paired up with the Wi-Fi. My laptop, oh shit. Grumpy forgot the netbook. Oh, tomorrow for sure. Or the baby laptop. Yeah, my gateway netbook. And it's strange because I no sooner bought the netbook and then Gateway went out of business. I was going to go back and buy something else. I pull in the parking lot. I go to get out of the car and it was like, closed. It's closed. Yeah. Going out of business. Closed. I was like, did they know this beforehand? Could have I gotten a better price on the netbook? Yeah, that's okay. I have fun with the little baby laptop. I'll bring it in tomorrow. I knew when I was pulling into the station today, I was supposed to bring something with me. And then, of course, I'm checking. Wallet, yeah, wallet. Cell phone, yeah. Pens, yeah. Cigarettes, yeah. And I'm like, what the hell was I supposed to bring? I know I'm forgetting something. Yeah, the netbook. I'll make a big note. Or I'll write it backwards on my forehead before I leave the station today. Bring netbook. That way when I look in the mirror, it'll say, bring netbook. Write it backwards, everybody will be like, what the fuck you got written on your forehead, asshole? It says, bring netbook. Can't you read? Bring netbook. Actually, it would be this way. Bring netbook. Backwards. I will bring it. I promise. Otherwise, I'll hear about it. Grumpy, you were going to bring the baby laptop in. Where is it? Okay, I'll bring it tomorrow. I wonder if I have a new viewer watching today. Ned Flanders, are you watching the grumpy old man? Is it me? And the bird? No, I'm not giving you the bird. There's the bird right there. The bird. Yeah, I have an internet friend. He goes by Ned Flanders. I sent him a link to the channel. I'm kind of hoping he might be watching. If you are, hey Ned, it's a grumpy old man. If he isn't watching, oh well. I just said hello to him anyway. Thought it was a little dark in here. All right, where's my... That's better. I always forget about this light over my head. You should see it. It looks like a halo. It's a circular light. If I stand up, I can get it to be just right, and it looks like a halo. One of the last things you would ever see over the top of Grumpy's head. But at least the light looks like one. Matter of fact, I kind of like this color. The light is actually light green. I'm looking pretty good with light green. Yesterday I had light violet. I kind of looked like a corpse. Not to mention, the light violet is on this circular light right here. You can't see it. The damn lighting crew is playing games with colors. They're like, oh, let's do gold in the corner here. Then we had the circle light with light violet. And then gold over here. And green over here. And the neat thing is, too bad you can't see it. This one will rotate with multicolors. It spins and it gives you every color of the rainbow as it turns. The problem is you can't lower the brightness. So if I was to turn it to show it to the camera, it looks just like one color. That's all. I don't know if there's adjustments on the camera, filters or something. I don't, believe me, I don't want to fuck with anything. I had a hard enough time the way it is getting this thing set up. I'm still trying to figure out how to hook up a second static camera. Now, if I go into Prism's multitude of instructions, it'll give you a cell phone. I don't want a cell phone camera. I want a regular, static, normal video camera. They don't tell you how to hook one up. I can't run two cameras at once. The idea was to make the bird happy and have a camera on him. And that way he would be like down here in the corner. I can't get the camera to work. Now, everybody tells me if I go to Restream, I can run multiple cameras. If you remember, I told you, I tried some of that shit, like Streamlab or something like that. I couldn't get it to work. So I typed in Google, streaming program for dummies. And the first one that popped up was Prism Live Studio. That's what I've been using. The problem is, I can't figure out how to have a guest or how to run a second camera. That's what happens when you're this goddamn old. The new technology totally, it goes in this ear, comes right out the other side. I need somebody to show me. Like with the green screen. Prism has a green screen. And it has a lot of backgrounds. I had someone actually show me how to use the green screen backgrounds. I need somebody to show me how you could have a guest. Like if I was invited on another stream, somebody would send me a link, which I would click, and then I would be on their stream. I don't know how to send a link. So, that's why you get Just Grumpy and the bird. Now, I could have a guest in studio, but they would be sitting like right next to me because I couldn't have them sit across the room because I can't figure out how to run a second static camera. I am not cut out for this YouTube shit. Really. I mean, I've been doing pretty good going on 3 years. Just me. I mean, I told you the story. How I started on YouTube. I basically started with a GoPro on a tripod in the backyard. I would be sitting in a lawn chair, turn the GoPro on, and talk about whatever came to mind. Then I would take and upload what I shot on GoPro into my computer and then upload it to YouTube. I did that for a year and a half. And then I bought a static camera. And I was like, well, let me try this out. And I could do my stream from my office. I was like, whoa. And then we progressed to the WDWL TV multiplex. And we are almost done with the 2 new studios. That will be it. No more studios. We have filled the building with studios. And there's now I'm told by the CEO, there's one area that's all walled off with plywood. That's not a studio. But he won't tell me what it is. And he told me, if I come in with a Sawzall and cut a hole in that plywood like I did once before, he's going to take that Sawzall and cut my shitbox into a million little pieces. Ugh. I will not be cutting a hole in the plywood to see what's going on behind there. But he's telling me it's not a studio. I said, what is it? You don't need to know. I said, hey, the 2 Grumpies are the pride of the station. I should know before anyone. He said, do you like your job? I was like, yes. Then you don't need to know. Okay. You don't have to be a crab ass about it. He keeps pissing me off. I'll go out and key his Rolls Royce Silver Wraith that he just got. It looks just like the other one. Same color. Black and silver. Same interior. Tan leather. I don't know why he bought a new car. It looks just like the old one. If I was going to spend money on a Rolls Royce and I bought a new one, I would want the world to know. Look. Although I had a friend years ago. He was a business agent for an onion. And he leased a new car every year. A black Cadillac. Every year. Black Cadillac. Same color interior. I said, what's going on? I said, you get a new car every year, and it looks like the old car. He said, that's the idea. I said, what? Oh, I don't want the union members to know I have a new car. Yeah. Every year, he got the same thing. The only way you could tell was when they did the sheet metal change. And then, the new car actually looked like a new car. But for 2 or 3 years, he'd get a brand new car. Nobody knew. because he didn't want to piss off the rank and file. And then people wonder why I'm against onions. That kind of shit. They're taking, dudes aren't cheap with the onions. And here's a business agent, not to mention, the onion paid for the car. Didn't come out of his pocket. It was one of the perks to being a business agent. The onion paid for your car. I think that was kind of rotten. But that's the way things operate. And then they wonder why Jimmy Hoffa is probably under some parking lot in New Jersey. Well, he's under a parking lot somewhere. Or a freeway. Yeah. They've yet to find him. They're probably driving over him daily on the 405 in California. Or maybe he's at the Slauson exit. He's under something. A parking lot, a street, a freeway. Maybe he's a bridge piling. Nobody has ever divulged a peep of where Hoffa ended up. And it's sad for the family not being able to go to a final resting site. But he's under a parking lot or a freeway or a building. Yeah. That was like once I got my internet up and running. I was watching some of these sovereign citizen videos. Oh my God, are these people idiots? Or American nationals? This one woman got stopped. No driver's license. And then phony make them yourself license plates. And when the officer asked her for a driver's license, she handed out this phony passport. There are websites out there that people are paying good money to become sovereign citizen or American nationals. Oh yeah, they buy the script that, you read to the officer. I'm traveling, I am not driving. This is my personal conveyance, not an automobile or a car or a truck. Yeah, it's my personal conveyance. I don't need insurance. I don't need a driver's license. I don't need registration because I bought that phony license plate off of Amazon or some of the other phony websites. Oh yeah, you should have seen her license plate. It looked like something that would be on a diplomat's car. And then she had the phony passport, Of course, she pitched a real bitch fit when they put her in handcuffs and towed her car and then told her, well, in order to get your car back, you'll have to do what you don't want to do. Go buy real license plates. Yeah, you can go on Amazon and buy one of them sovereign citizen license plates. Yeah, it says traveler on it, and it gives some UCC code, and they stand there and they argue, I don't need a driver's license. I'm a sovereign citizen. I don't need a registration, and I don't need insurance because I'm not in commerce. Yeah, that's the big line. Now, if I was in commerce, I would have a driver's license and I would have insurance and registration, but I'm not in commerce. This is my personal conveyance. What are you driving? A toaster? Your personal conveyance. Oh, and it's getting worse. They're everywhere. They're mainly in Florida, where all the nutcases seem to end up. But they're everywhere. Michigan, Illinois, California, yeah. You go on some website, you buy a bunch of phony papers. The only person that's making any money is the guy selling all this shit that don't mean a damn thing. Phony passport. Oh, it looked real. Until the officer called and checked on it and find out it was purchased from some website. Oh, and she had all the paperwork, Then she kept saying, I'm going to sue you for $1 million. The officer said, well, I kind of like the officer. He said, well, do me a favor when you sue me. Make sure you spell my name right, because nothing pisses me off more than when I get a lawsuit in the mail and my name is misspelled. And of course, he had a big grin on his face, and the woman was like, don't worry, I won't misspell your name. And then they have a fee schedule. Officer, if you go over 10 minutes on this traffic stop, it's $1,000 a minute that you owe me. Where are they getting this bullshit from? And like I say, originally they were kind of lumped in Florida. Now they're escaping to other states. This is not an automobile. It's my personal conveyance. I have the right to travel. Well, yes, you have the right to travel by foot, walking, by bicycle, by wagon, not in an automobile. Yeah, they say, I have the right to travel. Well, yes, you do. You have the right to travel from Vermont all the way to Washington State. Just not in a car. You can walk. You can ride a bicycle. You can't drive a car because you need a driver's license, you need registration, and you need insurance, which they claim they don't need. And then they wonder why they end up wearing silver bracelets. And the best part, while the officer is speaking to them, they roll up the window and lock the door. And the officer's telling them, please get out of the vehicle. and they won't get out of the vehicle. So the officer pulls out his universal key, which is a baton. Whack! When the window crumbles, they reach in, they unlock it, and drag their ass out of the car. And then the best part is if they fight, then out comes Mr. Sparky. And it's amazing what 50,000 volts will do to change your attitude. Oh, yes, they become very compliant when they get hit with 50,000 volts. Yeah, it's amazing how fast the hands go behind the back. Okay, okay, okay. So besides having a toll fee and a daily storage, they have to buy a registration. They have to get a driver's license. They have to get insurance. And they have to call Safe Light Auto Glass. Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. And one idiot, he had his door glass broken 3 different times. It was a riot. The third time he was like, "Don't break my window again." Crash. They dragged his ass out of the car. You'd think he would have learned the first time. Or the second time. The third time he knew what was coming. He kept telling him, "Don't break my window, don't break my..." "Oh, you broke my window." Well, first of all, the officer couldn't understand how he got his car back. Because in order to get the car back, you got to have current registration. In order to get registration, you got to have a driver's license. He got it back twice. And then it was impounded a third time. Oh, these idiots. When I get bored, I watch sovereign citizen websites. Anybody that has a sovereign citizen thing up on their, oh yeah, puts a smile on my face when that side window breaks and they drag them out of the car and they hit them with Mr. Sparky. That makes my day. Almost as much as 1 gig made my day today. Oh, yes. I was quite worried when I couldn't get that goddamn red light to go off. I was like, "Argh." And it's amazing. The guy's sitting at his desk, typing on a keyboard. Voila. As a matter of fact, I asked him, "Where are you?" He was in Orlando, Florida, fixing my Wi-Fi by tapping on a keyboard. My cousin worked for Ohio Bill for years. And I remember on a service call, you get out with a tool belt and that handset that connected to your house so that he could make a call and check the terminal. Now when you need service, they show up with a tablet. Yeah. They punch a few things in the tablet. You're fixed. Have a nice day. Yeah, the last time I had internet problems, I'm expecting the guy to come in, a tool belt, he walks in, he's got a tablet in his hand. He says, where's your connection? I said, over here. He stood there, flicked a few screens on his tablet, tapped a few things here and there. He said, "You're good to go." Because he didn't touch anything. Well, I don't have to. Same thing, Carlos in Orlando, Florida, at 71 degrees. Grumpy old man. Cleveland, Ohio, 24 degrees. He clicks on the keyboard, clickety, click, 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 fixed. The wonders of technology. It's amazing. I didn't have to touch anything. He turned my modem and my Wi-Fi unit on and off, on and off, on and off from Orlando, Florida. Typing on a keyboard. And then he fixed it. And he said, "Have a nice day." I was hoping when I called customer service, I would get Tony again. Because I was looking forward to, "Remember the Alamo." That's how she answered the phone. "Thank you for calling internet service. Tony speaking. Remember the Alamo." I remembered the Alamo. I guess today was Remember Mickey Mouse, because that's where he was, Orlando. I actually wanted to ask him, I forgot, how far are you from Disney World or Universal Studios? But yeah, it's amazing. You have a problem, you make a phone call. Someone at the other end gets on a keyboard, 22 hours away because I've driven it, in Orlando, Florida. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, and he fixes my internet problem without leaving his desk. It's amazing. I still am amazed today, right now. I'm like, I plugged the stuff in. I had a problem. He taps a few taps on the keyboard, and he fixes my 1 gig service. That was like a couple of weeks ago. I was having a problem with my AOL. So I call AOL tech support. And the guy says to me, "Do I have permission to take over your computer?" I said, "Well, if it'll fix the problem, yes." Next thing you know, I'm watching the goddamn cursor, my mouse going everywhere on the screen. Closing screens, opening screen, closing screens, opening screens. About 8 minutes of that, and he goes, "You're all fixed. Have a nice day." Click. Gave me my computer back. It was fixed. It boggles my mind how this can all through the internet. Who'd have thought? Like, when I got my first computer, I never, in my wildest imagination, thought we would be where we are today with the internet. And basically daily, it gets even better and better and better. The real thing that will send my brain spinning in my head is gargle. First of all, who put all that information in there? And daily, who keeps putting more information in there? It is the most unbelievable invention. You get on your cell phone and you punch gargle and you say, I need a recipe for apple pie. Bing! 47 recipes pop up. Who put all that shit in there? You can gargle anything. How old is the oldest Tyrannosaurus Rex? Within a split second, you'll have multiple answers. How did they get all that information on one website? It is unbelievable. I'm in awe. I was in awe that he fixed my damn internet from Orlando, Florida. Yeah, he got done. All fixed. Do a speed check. I did a speed check. The needle went right off the dial. It's like, wow. Then he asked me, are you happy? I said, whoa, happy. Extremely. Have a nice day. Click. I'm hoping I can do the 2 gig test. I can't imagine how much the speed would be mind-boggling. You type in the information, and just as you set your finger on enter, the answer's there. Bing. I didn't even push the key. Well, the computer knew you were going to push enter. So it pushed it for you before you pushed it. That's the way it's going to be. Grumpy won't be able to sleep tonight. Besides his insomnia, my brain is still spinning in my cranium. All I know is I am extremely happy it's finally done. And I hope the FedEx driver that took the 4-hour nap is getting a lot of sleep outside of his truck. Oh, that was unbelievable. Fall asleep in McDonald's parking lot for 4 hours and then miss the plane. I could see him driving to the airport and looks up and he sees that FedEx super freighter going over his head going, oh, fuck. Yeah. A 4-hour nap. Maybe that's why it was here an hour and a half early. They were like, oh, shit. Get this out before the grumpy old man calls. Although I didn't call. I called my internet provider and told her. And I think she broke down crying. Oh, God, I felt sorry for that poor girl. All she kept going was, I promised you you'd have your equipment. I promised you. I said, hey, sweetheart. She was in Chicago. No, She was in Texas. What am I keep in Chicago? Wake up, Grumpy. I said, you didn't load your SUV and drive here. You placed the order. The warehouse filled the order. The order got picked up, and it never made it to the airport. That is not your fault. But she kept over and over, I promised, I promised. Well, I told her, I says, why don't you track down the FedEx driver and kick the shit out of him? Of course, he was in Chicago. That's why I keep getting Chicago. He picked up, as a matter of fact, my order was his last pickup of the day. He was running ahead of schedule. He made the pickup in Chicago at the warehouse at 3:42. The flight left at 8:07. And he missed the flight. And everybody wonders why I hate fucking FedEx. It's just this kind of shit. Matter of fact, I am amazed that he delivered to the side door. Because he doesn't. He insists on tossing my packages on my front porch. There is a big sign across the steps with a wire, not a rope. And the sign is 8 by 12 with an arrow pointing to the left. All deliveries to side door. And it's a professionally done sign. It has every logo. UPS, FedEx, Amazon, USPS, and even DHL, which is a rarity around here. All of them on a professional done sign. And he will take my packages and toss them on the porch. And when I saw on my cell phone my delivery with the little picture, I was like, wow, it's setting outside the side door. Fucking amazing. Might have been a substitute driver. But for once, it got delivered where it was supposed to be. And now, I've got 14 days to take my old modem and my old Wi-Fi unit to the UPS store and get it sent back. I'll wait till it gets a little warmer. Let's see, what? Oh, it's 21 degrees right now. Grumpy ain't going out tonight. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But with that, I think we're going to call it a stream. And we're going to attempt. Oh, I hate this tablet. Almost. It likes going back to the intro. The Two Grumpies outro. Well, we know where we'll meet, right here. We'll be meeting again at the WDWL TV Multiplex. Maybe not the same studio, but the same time, somewhat. Friends, Grumpy and the Bird bid you a good evening, and we will meet again tomorrow night. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. See ya.